Hey everybody, you got the Car Man, and today we are looking at a 3.0 flex fuel Ford Ranger. Got a 2 and a 4 cylinder misfire. I feel like the problem is going to be in its coil pack, which I went and got a new one, and also notice this is the vertical, which we'll talk about in just a second. We're talking about the plug exactly. How basically I do this, determine that the coil's bad. There's other ways you can actually check. You can check the, you can pull it off. You can look for burn marks, which I can see a little bit of a worn mark right here, just looking at the top. But what I generally do is I look for the flow that's actually happening out of the top here. Whether we have a nice hot fire or if it's really orangey. If it's really orangey, I got a feeling that it's tired, then I go ahead and switch it out. I'm going to go ahead and show you that real quick, exactly what it would look like. Now, I do leave the vehicle off, take it off, and then start it because it will run on 5 cylinders. And then you should see the arc coming across because this is going to ground if it's anywhere near here, you're going to see it trying to ground. And that's the fire we're looking for. So let's take a look at that real quick so you get an idea of what I'm actually talking about. Okay guys, oh sorry about that kick. You see it right here. This is the number 1. I think it's 1, 2, 3 on this side and 4, 5, 6 on the other. But long story short, this number 1, which I don't have a problem with, that looks pretty healthy to me. I think we're going to get into the number 2 and 4 are going to be either low. Actually, I tracked the number 2 and it is yellow. But I'm feeling pretty good. If this is my problem, I'm going to go ahead and change it out. But I wanted to give you guys that tip. This is what you're actually looking for. If your coil is doing this, and you can do it with all 6 of them, turn the vehicle on, off, on, off, on, off, and you continuously see it firing like this, then you probably have an okay coil. Then I would check your spark plug wire, and of course, ultimately, if you have to, do a compression test, make sure you're not dealing with a valve or weak piston seals. But for the simple fact of how it works on these little Fords, because if you see that little coil pack, man, it only takes about 5 minutes to take out. Let's see if I can get you. I'm gonna try not to make you too drunk here. I'm gonna take you out and show it to you. Okay, there she sits. Alright, we got a nice pure one on that, but like I said, the 2 and 4 are actually bad. And I want you to pay attention to this. See this connector right here? This is called a vertical. There's a vertical and a horizontal. That's the actual plug-in. Now, a lot of people try to go get the horizontal and they're like, oh, it looks the same and it works. But actually, in fact, it will not. And the reason is because it's wired completely different. On the inside, they're both just a 4-wire prong, but they are wired differently, so they will sequentially fire differently. Now, before you ask me, hey, what is that firing order? I have no idea off the top of my head, but it's probably pretty similar to the ones that are on the horizontal. I'm just saying, if you had to try it, I don't even think it would work then, but I mean, that'd probably be your only bet. So before you go buy one of these, make sure you're dealing with whether you're dealing with a horizontal or vertical. Vertical means it's plugging up and down. You see that? Looks like about a number 8 bolt. Fastener right there. Literally, I would show you guys this, but it literally is only 4 screws or bolts. Here's the new one going on it. And that's what I'm saying about the vertical plug. See, it's a 4-prong, but the wires on the horizontal are different. And they're going to ask you, do you want a horizontal or a vertical? And you better know the answer, because if you don't have the right one, then you're going to be up shit's creek. Inside of here, seeing that gel, when we pull this other one off, I'm going to take a serious look at it, and we're going to see if we can determine any burn marks or anything. Alright, so let me take this off real quick, and it should take about, it's just a matter of flipping this off, pulling the 4 screws out, and game over. Then we'll plug it in and see if we got rid of our mist. Alright, hang on guys, we'll see what happens. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead, this turns out it's a number 7. All I've done is just, somebody's actually broke the release off of this, but I just took the little plugs off. You just depress these and kind of wiggle them up. Turns out it's a number 7 millimeter. You'll see the 4 that's on the coil pack. I'll go ahead and take this out. Sorry if it's not really good as far as focus, but I definitely would not pay to have someone do this. I would definitely do it myself, because this is one of those entry-level jobs that you can kind of do, and especially on these 3.0 V6 Rangers, I mean, just not a lot to it. It's pretty common failure, actually. Looks like the one that on here is a Motorcraft, so it's a good chance that it's actually original. So it probably is failing. But since this bad boy came with one, I'm kind of feeling just putting it on here, because see, just that fast we were able to take all 4 of these screws out, so no big deal. Alright, almost got it out. Okay. And here it is. Just like that. Let's take a look at the bottom here to see if we can kind of come up with anything that might look suspicious. And this, of course, is no 100% indicator, guys, but let's just take a look at this bad boy. Oh, that one looks good, huh? Of course it does. It's brand new. Of course, this is sitting beside the old one. I don't actually see any. A lot of times you'll see like a deep black burn. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. There it is. Okay, so there's the firing order. 1, 2, 3. And then it's 4, 5, and this is number 6. Interesting. Flipping it around to the bottom. We're looking for anywhere it might be shorting. Any burn marks? Doesn't look great, but of course with these things you can't always tell. Alright, so let me slap this thing back together, and then we'll see what we got, kids. Let's see if it actually fixed the problem. Meanwhile, once again, as you see, we are dealing with a this vertical prong. I can't tell you how important that is. A lot of people try to put on the other one because I think the actual clip, I think, works on some of them. So that kind of throws people off. They could try to put the horizontal on and they're just way off. Anyway, guys, let me throw this back on here real quick, and let's see if we took care of our misfire. And if not, we're going to dig a little deeper into the coil, not past the coil, into the wires and the actual plugs. But got a feeling, since this looks original, I'm pretty sure that's original. 200,000 miles. It's probably a good shot that that's what it is. Plus the plug wires have been changed. Alright, sit tight, guys, and we'll see what happens next. Well, okay, there you go, guys. Can't hardly see that bad boy. Anyway, let me take this off. Whoa, easy, easy trigger. Seems to be running pretty good now. I hear a slight exhaust tick. Might be coming from this side, but the engine itself seems to be fine now. And I think it appreciates that new power flow from the old coil pack. And the acceleration is smooth and I can't complain. Alright kids, well that'll suffice for your entertainment on a coil pack for the Fords. Of course there is coilover in Fords and there's other ones out there. This is really on the 40, 30. And this particular age group is probably from about a 99 to about a 03. But remember, always tell it if it's vertical or horizontal. That right there. And always pull the coil off just to check. I mean, check the plug wires, make sure they're firing. And here's this little click down here. Might be investigating here just a little bit further, and I'm going to see if I can get that cleaned up too. Meanwhile, support your troops. Books for Soldiers, log on, help somebody out for God's sakes. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Please remember, we do interact with you, the public. You are all our friends, and we are looking forward to helping you out in any way, shape we can. Also, if you get a chance, I'm starting to put playlists out on the front of the page. Really cool stuff coming out on that. Meanwhile, guys, you heard it from the car man. See you on the next flip, baby, which is I'm actually gonna show you what this car looks like. Okay, see you on the next one. Later.